There is a sacred story, perhaps you've heard it, of the quest for the Holy Grail, a sacred object, a hidden treasure, something only the pure of heart can find. But what if the Grail was never outside you at all? What if it's your holy body? What if the wisdom you're searching for isn't out there? It's already inside you. This is what Mary Magdalene reveals to us, that the body, our physical, feeling, breathing form, is not a problem to transcend. It's a temple of remembrance. Welcome to day 3 of the Magdalene activation. In day 1, we moved into the powerful healing possible as we move into our descent. In day 2, we stepped into our empowerment. And today, we step more fully into understanding and taking our next steps in our embodiment. We begin to listen to the divine voice within, and we consciously choose to align to the divine essence of our being. But first, for those of you who are new here, I want to take a moment to introduce myself. My name is Dr. Melissa Sophia Joy. I am the founder of Sophia Healing Academy, and with the help of Mary Magdalene, Somatic Awakening, which is a powerful spiritual, somatic, mystical healing modality. I'm also a wisdom teacher, a naturopathic doctor, an oracle, and a priestess in the Magdalene Sophia traditions, and I warmly welcome you here. In a world that taught us to mistrust our bodies, to shrink, to silence and override them, where trauma and shame live not just in our minds, but in our bodies, etched in our very cells, in our hearts, in our wombs, in our belly, and the very places that we tend to clench, to numb, to forget. The body always remembers. Mary Magdalene encourages us, even coaxes us to heal this density we hold inside so that we can step into our true freedom, so that we can come back home to who we truly are within our body, to remember and reclaim the divine within. Because embodiment allows us to both acknowledge our humanity as well as activate and live our divinity. And that's why embodiment is so revolutionary, because the body is not separate from the divine. It is the temple through which the divine speaks. And through my own process of healing, specifically what I was shown by Mary Magdalene and the other ascended masters that I've worked with, when we bring the light of our higher self and the divine into the places inside of us that hold the somatic trauma within, the density of the energy and emotion of the trauma is powerfully transformed and ultimately dissolved. And through this process, we then have more ability to activate our awakening, which in essence is our own authentic lived experience of the divine coming into our lives. And then we begin to step into the embodiment of this divinity within us on a daily level. And through my own powerful experience of this process and how I then began teaching it to others with incredible success, so many countless people have been evolved and shifted by this work. I'm now teaching somatic awakening more and more in the world. And this healing modality and mystical spiritual path, it literally is a bridge between the sacred and the somatic. This path that Magdalene taught me is an embodied path of healing and awakening that really defies any level of disembodied spiritual bypass, because what we're doing is we're activating feminine spiritual technology where we shift away from primarily using our minds in healing and activate our higher self and the powerful conduit of divinity that flows into our body, into the places that most needs healing. And when we engage the powers of our feeling, sensing, and intuiting awarenesses in this process, we come into an exquisite relationship with the parts of us that most need healing. And it's here that our higher self and the divine magnificently meets and offers these aspects of us that have been wounded what they most need: the attention, the love, the deep connection, and the nuanced care that they most long for, so that there can be an alchemical transformation of the density within. And through this process, these parts of us step into true healing and transformation. The more that we do this, the more that we step into true healing and transformation. So we no longer have any of the negative voices that these traumas fuel running our daily lives, whether that be voices that say things like, we're not good enough, we're not worthy, we can't do what we came here to do because we don't have that. Right? All of these voices, ultimately through this process, are no longer leading our lives. And as more of this higher energy comes on board, we step more and more into embodying who we truly are and our higher self. We awaken to the divinity within. This divine spark gets activated inside of us. And it's here we begin to integrate this embodiment in our daily lives. And it's here that the body becomes scripture. Our beautiful heart becomes the altar of divine love. Our mind aligns in coherence with the divine. Our womb becomes the chalice of remembrance, and our body and being shines in its divine magnificence. This wisdom of Magdalene's isn't conceptual. It's not linear. It's visceral. She lived it in her own healing work, in her sacred union, her presence and embodiment with Christ Sophia energy. She shows us that sacred embodiment, it's not about perfection. It's about presence. The body, your body, holds codes of divine remembrance. The truth is that we've always been unified with the divine within. What is difficult is that we don't always remember this. But as we open more and more to the lived experience of this, we come into the lived experience that this holy body, your holy body, holds the keys to being the Grail, because it is the place where spirit and matter meet. The truth is that you are both human and divine. And as these two parts of you come on board together, the human and the divine, the flesh and the flame, a sacred current begins to rise. An alchemical inner fire is activated. It's as if the Sophia Christ stream awakens in our beings and in ourselves. When the divine and human spiral as one, the chalice of our being overflows with the light of this sacred fire. And from this fusion, miracles unfold. And I've seen this in my own life and in countless others, where manifestation becomes magnetic. The voice becomes oracular. The body becomes a living altar. Your presence, a healing field. You remember not only who you are, but what you're here to bring, and that you have everything that you need to bring this forward. This, beloveds, is the core of what somatic awakening offers. It's not only an incredible, healing, powerful modality, awakening you into your divinity, but also an integration of this divine embodiment within you that activates and consecrates your life as a sacred, healing, living, awakened field. So when we begin to deeply listen and turn toward the untruths within the psyche and the shadow, almost always based in trauma, energy, and emotion, and we turn toward these somatic contractions that hold this trauma energy within, and we come into relationship with them through the divine that flows through us, we begin to open the door to this remembering. We begin to feel the sacred reawakening in our being, and we hear the truth rising, not from the mind necessarily, but from the core. So let's go ahead and go deeper with this. We're going to have an elongated period of connection in. We're going to go into grounding, invocation, and then Magdalene is going to lead us into transmission, both in healing wisdom, as well as she's going to be leading us through the practice, which is what she taught me, which is what I've been talking about. So as you're ready, first, I invite you to get in a place where you are quiet, where you can really drop in. So if you're driving, come back to this later. Or if you're busy, come back to this later so you can really drop in, turn off your phones, take a sip of water, get nice and comfortable. And as you're ready, I invite you to close your eyes. Let's take some nice deep breaths in and out. We're going to begin with grounding so that you can really fully be in our bodies. So another deep breath in, and on that exhale, just go ahead and drop your awareness all the way down to the base of your spine. And just notice that as you drop your awareness down to the base of your spine, you take another deep breath in and out, that you have the ability to drop a line of grounding, whether you feel this or imagine this, either way, just allowing this grounding cord to move from the base of your spine in and through your home or the building that you're in and into the earth. So first notice the first few inches, the first few feet, as this grounding cord goes deeper and deeper through all the different layers of the earth, whether you're aware of them or not, just noticing that on every exhale, you're going deeper and deeper, all the way down as deep as you can go in this moment. Take another deep breath in, and then on that exhale, just feel, sense, know that you're dropping all the way in to the core of the earth. Just notice how you notice that. You feel that, sense that. You might even hear it as you connect in. And as you connect into the core of Sophia Gaia, of the earth, just noticing now that you're being lovingly magnetized to the very center of the core, to the place I call the heart womb sanctuary, this incredibly loving, nurturing area that naturally recalibrates your being to this resonant field of grounding, allows your body to relax, to receive this low, slow pulse and vibration of the earth, to recalibrate in this grounding field so that you're completely relaxed and also fully present in this moment. Take another deep breath in and out, even receiving more of this grounding energy as you now bring it all the way back up, bring your awareness back up, bring this grounding energy back up, all the way up now into your feet, into your calves, into the thighs, into the base of the spine. Take a moment to really feel this grounding energy in your legs, inviting the grounding energy in your body in the way that most feels aligned to you, while your primary awareness is still right here in the base of the spine. Now on the next inhale, I invite you to go ahead and bring your awareness up your spine, your central channel, your central energy channel, and really feel your awareness rising all the way up to your heart space. So we're just going to stop here for a moment, relaxing into the heart space. And from here, we call in Supreme Being, Divine Mother, Divine Father, all that is between us and around us, consecrating this space as safe, sacred, and holy. We call in the law of love, the law of one, the very specific stream and consciousness of Sophia Christ energy. And we specifically call in Mary Magdalene and her ascended master, high vibrational form. I see her here all dressed in red. Beautiful linen dress and scarf around her. And she is coming toward and greeting each one of us. So just notice how you feel her greeting, perhaps in your heart or in your awareness in some other way. Thank you, Magdalene, for teaching us, for guiding us, for helping us to remember how holy our body is and how we are both human and divine. Thank you for coming through this channel today in a unified, consecrated space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And this channel is now open. Amen. So I'm going to go ahead and unify with her consciousness. And when next I speak, we're going to be in transmission. Beloved, I greet you in this beautiful container that we're all held within, connected to this unified state of love and oneness. And I invite you to take a moment just to receive this love and this oneness that you are already a part of. This love and this oneness has never left you. However, the ego consciousness based in separation and all the different levels of trauma that you've walked through or has been inherited believes that you're not this. If the mind solely could change its mind and say, I believe that I am in this unified state, that I am in this unified state of love, then there are doorways that are opened. It helps us move toward this understanding. However, the density within the ego body will always, when left to its own devices, pull you down into whatever feeling is most present. That could be fear. That could be struggle for survival. That could be unworthiness. That could be numerous different things that pull you away from the fact that you are already unified with the divine and with this divine love. So in this process, which may have a strong look and feel of traditional healing, because that is an aspect of it, but truly in this process, what you're being invited to do is to transform the density so that you can open into your lived experience of divinity. Not to suppress your humanity, but to allow your humanity to be right next to your divinity, ultimately allowing the two to come together. And as this happens, you come into the living, breathing experience of your being as divine. That your divinity is part of who you are. It is not separate from you. No matter how much you believe on an unconscious, perhaps egoic shadow perspective that you're broken, that your being is broken, or that you're not worthy, that maybe others get this divinity but that you don't. And all of those beliefs and the negative energy connected to that is what we are inviting in to a sacred relationship with an aspect of yourself that is already unified with the divine, your higher self, your spirit, and activating the conduit of divine energy that already is your inheritance, so that this energy can come into contact with that which believes that you are not, so that it can transform, so that you can have more of this experience of the divinity flowing inside of you, which ultimately activates all the levels of divinity that is already living inside of you. So with this, beloved, we are now going to be moving deeper into this experience that is now called the practice. In truth, it's an ancient, what you could call mystical Christian practice that was practiced before Rome reorganized what is now called Christianity. It has been formulated for today's world, for today's evolution, to help in this transmutation process to step more fully into the divine. So with this, we invite you now back into your hearts, affirming that you're grounded with beautiful Mother Earth, feeling yourself in your hearts, coming back into an alignment with your spine, with your central channel, and moving now your awareness up your spine, all the way up to the top of the head, and all the way up to an energy center above your head, about 17 inches. So we invite you just to relax back here in this energy center, known as your soul star chakra or your 8th chakra. You're having a hard time feeling it, you could even just pat your head. Just allow your awareness to rise from there. This energy center, which everyone has as part of your energy body, holds a great deal of love and wisdom. It also holds specific vibrational resonances with your higher self, with your spirit. So I invite you to relax back here. And as you relax back, just notice that this relaxation here in the sacred center just naturally attracts your spirit to you. So notice how your spirit is showing up today as it's moving toward you. Perhaps it's showing up as a bright light or another version of yourself or something else. But take a moment to notice this is you. It has your specific, unique blueprint, resonance. It knows you deeply. It loves you profoundly. You can feel that it's been guiding you, whether you're aware of it or not, for a very, very, very long time. Or take a moment to connect in. Perhaps there's some communication or a question that you want to pose to your higher self. Take a moment to connect in and to communicate in a way that most serves you now. Just finishing this communication now. And inviting, asking your higher self, your spirit, to align you with a part of it that you can travel with in your body, specifically what is known in this practice as your higher self witness consciousness. It has the ability of the witness to be present, but it also has multiple other abilities since it's connected to your higher self of incredible love, impeccable compassion, magnificent power that will help balance anything and nurture anything inside of you that needs love. So take a moment to just invite this part of you to be present. Your mind doesn't need to figure it out. Just allowing yourself to feel, to sense, to connect to this part of your spirit that is now aligning to your consciousness, that has the powerful abilities of your higher self present with it. Notice however it's showing up. There's no wrong way of doing this. Just feeling that it's just an aspect of your higher self that's here with you, ready to travel with you down into your body. If it's difficult to feel or sense, just visualize, imagine it present. Imagination is the doorway to the spirit. Now, as you're ready, we invite your awareness with your higher self-witness consciousness now to move to the top of the head. In a moment, we're going to go in the body, not quite yet. First, we're going to invite in the three awarenesses at the present moment to be here: feeling, sensing, and intuiting. And we invite these three awarenesses, feeling, sensing, and intuiting, to lead this process. So the mind doesn't need to be in charge. So anytime you're feeling your mind is connecting you to story or some other perception, just allow yourself to feel, sense, and intuit what's actually here in the present moment. So just affirming that these three awarenesses are active, present, and leading. As you're ready, move your higher self-witness consciousness down and into your body to the place that most needs your attention. Just notice where you're being magnetized. The mind does not need to figure this out. Just feel and sense. And if there's more than one place, notice the place that most needs your attention in this moment. And feel the higher self-witness consciousness along with your awareness moving toward this area that needs your attention. And as this part of you, higher self-witness consciousness, moves toward this area, notice that it's forming itself in the most exquisite way. So that if this area that you're working with that needs your attention, if it's small, higher self-witness consciousness becomes small. If it's large, it becomes large. If it needs you close in, then it moves in close. If it's afraid of you and doesn't know who you are and wants you to back up, then it backs up as far as is needed. But just noticing that your higher self-witness consciousness wants nothing more than to meet this part of you in the way that it most desires in this moment. And as the higher self-witness consciousness is here, Notice how this part of your being shows up. This part that needs attention. Perhaps it's a somatic contraction or difficult feeling. So just take a moment to feel, sense, intuit what's here, what you're perceiving. And as you become aware of whatever's here, just to continue to notice, what does it look like? Maybe there are colors or symbols or energy. Maybe there's a wall that doesn't want you to move forward. Whatever it is, inviting the higher self-witness consciousness to fully be here with it, not pushing, not forcing, not trying to change it, just fully being here with it, allowing this powerful presence of your higher self that's now moving through your higher self-witness, here in loving connection to this part inside of you that needs attention. Notice what it's like for your higher self to fully accept this part of you, to show up to it. And you may notice that as you show up to this part, your awareness is pulled into it. That is very natural. Just allowing your awareness to be pulled into it so you can feel it, you can get to know it, you make full contact with it. However, at some point you may notice that the energy that is here, perhaps it's trauma energy or difficult emotion, maybe it feels like it's too much. Maybe it feels overwhelming. And when and if that happens, just move your awareness back to your higher self-witness consciousness. Feeling that stabilizing presence, that ultimate acceptance, that care and compassion. And just relax there. For some of you, you may oscillate back and forth. That's very normal. And as you really feel this connection of the two, higher self-witness consciousness with this energy and emotion of trauma, coming into contact, so that this part of you that's difficult begins to feel and understand that it's being seen on this very powerful level, it may have something to communicate, or it may have a specific need, or maybe both. So take a moment to listen. If this aspect of you has anything that it wants to communicate. That communication could come in the form of words. It could come in the form of emotion or energy. So just notice. Really deeply listening without trying to force any communication. Just notice, holding this space. And as you come more into connection with what's here, notice what this part of you is ready for next. For some of you, you're going to be pulled in deeper. For some of you, it may be being in conversation with this aspect of you. For some of you, it may be something different. So trust your higher self and the deep need and desire of the energy and emotion of trauma to lead the process without the mind being in charge. Remember, feeling, sensing, and intuiting are leading. So let go of any trying and just notice this powerful connection and relationship. And now notice if this part of you that has held the emotion, energy, some type of trauma or difficulty, if it has something that it's ready to receive, that it most longs for, maybe that is really being seen. Maybe it's unconditional love, or being deeply nurtured, or feeling this divine presence integrate with it so that it's no longer alone, or something else. Just feel the level of the desire and need from this somatic contraction, and allow that need to pull forth an activation of this conduit of divine love that can transform itself in any way, so that this energy, this emotion can be impeccably, exquisitely met, offering what it most longs for. The divine wants nothing more than to give it what it most longs for, as it's ready and it says yes. Just notice what's here, what it feels like, how it's being received. And just acknowledging your own experience. Whatever it is, whether it's deeply receiving so much that it's transforming, or perhaps it needs so much that it's asking you to come back and give it more of this over time. Maybe it's confused and it's not ready, or it doesn't trust yet enough to receive this. That's okay. This energy and emotion is going to lead this process, and we never force it to do anything because our mind says that it should. This is part of honoring and acknowledging and loving these parts of us. And take a few more deep breaths in and out here, receiving whatever's here, whatever is ready to be received, even more. And before we fully end with this specific energy inside of you, you're invited from your higher self-awareness to make a commitment to it. Whatever feels authentic and real. It may sound something like, I'm here with you. I stand with you. I want to be here with you for as long as is needed for your healing. Again, find your own words in a way that feels authentic and true for you. And as you make this commitment, notice how it's received. Acknowledge that even if it's not able to receive it, that's okay. You're helping this part of you take a step toward trust. And now, beloved, we invite you just to bring this divine flow that has been activated to this very specific, unique part inside of you to now move into your body, to expand out into your physical body, into your energy body, your emotional body, to feel, to sense this love, this care. You might see it in a specific color frequency. Perhaps it's gold or pearlescent or diamond or something else. Just activating your being in a way so that you come into this contact with this divine love that never dies, that has everything that is needed to transform all parts of you that are still lost in the density of darkness, and to awaken the parts of you that are just waiting for you to say yes to the divinity that already lives inside of you. This is your birthright. This is your inheritance. This is who you are. So thank you for opening to this experience today, to this healing, to this activation, and to beginning the process, or taking the next steps in the process of remembering the truth, the magnificence, the power, and the presence of what's possible as you come into alignment with who you truly are. So with this, beloved, we end this transmission in this space and time. So happy, joyous, ecstatic that more and more people are opening to this path. So thank you. And with this, we end this transmission in this space and time. And so it is. Amen. Thank you, beloved Magdalene, for coming to us today, for transmitting this incredible wisdom and this guidance and this path. This channel is now closed in this space and time until we meet again. And so it is. So, beloveds, I invite you to take 3 deep breaths in and out as we go deeper into integrating this experience, allowing both Magdalene's words to settle in ourselves, breathing them in and out, but also this divine current that is flowing within you, your own specific, unique conduit of divinity that is here, helping you to remember who you are. You are both human and divine. You are the Grail. You are holy. And as you're ready, without any rush, I invite you to come back and open your eyes. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining with us today. The sacred, the divine indeed lives within our being, your being. And as you honor it and bow to it and walk with it, it's going to come in more and more as part of your divine embodiment. So if you resonate with these teachings, I invite you to subscribe, like, share this video. I also welcome you to check out Sophia Healing Academy, where you can learn many other ways to support your healing and your embodiment, going deeper with this path that we spoke of, as well as many other things. And I also invite you to join us tomorrow for day 4, where we go even deeper into the inner union. And so it's the title of that is The Inner Union You Didn't Know You Were Missing. Mary Magdalene shows the way. So we're going to go deeper into our wholeness, as well as go deeper into this inner union that we began talking about today. And if you're here with us in July of 2025, some of you might be way in the future, but if you are in this time, I invite you to join us for the live Magdalene Feast Day event on July 22nd, where we'll go even deeper into activating these Magdalene Sophia Christ codes within. And to find out more and to register, you can see below. All right. Much love and many, many blessings to you. See you soon. Bye.